Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I am so pleased to introduce back to you some friends that have been here time off and again. And back in studio, we have with us John Paul and Eloise DeJoria. How are you guys this morning?
We're good.
It is so nice to see you guys again. And I can't believe it's already been 1 year since this last Sundance. It just clips by. It really does. How has your stay been so far here in Park City?
Oh gosh, it's perfect. There's not a lot of snow on the ground, but the snow's everywhere. So
it really is. We had a big snowstorm right before everyone came in town, so we got some good snow. But like you're saying, perfect weather.
It's nice it's perfect. Outside. Snow on the ground and sunshine in the air.
I love
it's beautiful.
It. Makes for everyone waiting in lines, or if you're out strolling town at night, and of course the traffic. It's a little bit helpful with that too.
Yeah.
To have the nice weather.
Exactly.
Right.
You can walk
slipping.
around, you can drive. There's some great movies here. We went and saw a movie, and it's just a great movie here.
Which movie did you see?
We saw Hellion.
Oh, how was it?
That
was
awesome.
Really good.
Right?
Really
Susan,
good.
Okay. We're so proud because she's from Austin. That's where we live, Austin, Texas.
Group.
Susan Weinhardt, she produced it, and we're just proud to be supporting the Austin Film Society and all that. So
that's incredible.
That's good.
Super.
So you would
cool.
What would you give it? 5 stars, 4 stars? What do you think?
For sure.
It was really good.
Aaron Paul was the star, of Breaking Bad and the young man.
I heard that red carpet was packed, incredible.
Oh my
because
goodness!
He was
and
there.
there's a new up and coming young man that you'll have to see.
Oh, the young actors are incredible.
Wow.
It's a good movie.
And the writing was beautiful. I mean, I like the cinematography. Anyways,
wonderful.
You just have to see it. We're excited.
So glad to hear it. Yeah. Wonderful. Like I said, happy to have you guys here in studio. We're going to be talking about a lot of things this morning. I'm so thrilled to have you here one-on-one with us. First off, Paul Mitchell, what exactly will be your role here during Sundance? We know we can find your products around town.
Combination of a couple things. One is obviously to be present during an event like this, which is very, very exciting. And then we'd like to present also in various areas top hairstylists from our Paul Mitchell schools that come on up here. So we have some educators up here, some of our advanced students doing hair for people at no charge, on different sets, different scenes, doing just beautiful hair to make people look good, make them feel good at the same time. We're introducing some very unique things which are exciting. For example, this is really a tricky thing.
Let's talk about these.
That's so fun.
I'm so excited about new products.
Okay, this is a roller. You stick it in there, in 8 seconds it heats up. You pull it out, put another one in for the next one, and by the time you roll it, it finishes heating up on your hair, and all of a sudden, within 20 minutes, it has its full heat.
But
by
for
that
your
time,
busy life,
the next one goes in. It's the fastest rollers. And they keep.
I love it.
If you did something and you have to go run, do something else to get ready, you just throw another iron. I mean, 8 seconds. You think, okay, I want a little more curl.
Very
2
advanced.
seconds. It just
I
heats
love
up.
that.
And you can add on.
Only one on the market.
You don't have to wait.
And you can set it for fine hair or coarse hair. It heats up to your hair, and it works faster than anything else with less damage. These are trippy. These are our curling irons and our blow dryers. We have new technology. They transfer temperature readings 50 times a second, which means that
what does that mean for our hair?
It means this, that sometimes you do an iron, you set it down because you've done it so much it's cooled off a little bit. It keeps the same temperature all the time.
Wow.
So you have even curls, less damage, and you get your hair done faster.
That's
so
such a big deal.
Like for a professional, when they're going and they're making a curl, it starts cooling the iron down. This one won't let it. It stays the same heat. So
I love it.
And you see all the guys walking around these funky, spiky hairdos. That's Mitch. We brought our Mitch. Yeah, we've been handing out Mitch to everybody.
And by the way, it's provided in our Sundance bags. Once again,
that's right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
yes.
you're very welcome.
Tell me about this.
Mitch is revolutionary. It's a men's line that Paul Mitchell came out with, and it's a men's line that it's fewer moving parts. Like our shampoo is a shampoo and a conditioner. We call it double hitter. It gets you both. And the other items for styling your hair work very, very fast and don't build up on the hair shaft. They shampoo out really, really easy. So it's cleaner, it's quicker, gives you that style, and lets you change the style if you wanted to.
Avapui
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about
that's
this,
amazing.
Eloise.
We took Patron #1, right, in spirits. We took Patron tequila and took some of our agave scents out of there. Is that unique?
Good.
And since we have both companies, Patron First Class, Paul Mitchell First Class, 2 wine lines combined together. So we have a little shaker that comes with this pack here that you could shake your margaritas in, and then this soap, which is the Avapui, the Patron Avapui bar. And we did it as a fun thing to do, but we're getting such a reaction off it, we may just keep it as a regular item.
I love it.
It's phenomenal, and the scent just blows you away.
It's really nice. I wish you had smell-o-vision as usual. So
well, if we have high
that.
quality, Paul Mitchell is your high-end, obviously, hair care. Patron is your high-end tequila, best in the world. So you put the two together, even though they're from opposite areas, the scent and the quality of the bar itself seemed to go together, so they matched.
And speaking of Patron, you know, over here, I know you guys were on Terry's show just recently, and you guys have the bar set up here for the evening show. Love having it.
Well, what's great is, you know, it's the new our XO Cafe, which is tequila with crushed coffee beans. They made me a drink last night. You put hot coffee in, put the Patron XO Cafe, the tequila with the crushed coffee beans, a little whipped cream on top. It's better than Irish coffee, and I love Irish coffee. It's better than Irish coffee.
I was just saying, there's so many people that
I should probably taste one this morning, because I know in England it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right, she has the perfect Patron colors.
You have the colors. You have our XO Cafe colors.
Well, I was saying, we've had so many guests come in the morning show, and they see that, they're like, why isn't that going right now?
Yeah, they want some.
This early in the morning, but hey, we could do it. But all the same, happy to have you guys part of both the morning and the evening show. And Eloise, I'd like to ask you specifically, you know, John Paul Mitchell Systems and your products, there's a big focus, obviously, on outer beauty. That's a big part of, you know, feeling good and doing your best, but you incorporate that concept of inner beauty. You say it is just as important. In your experience, why is that valuable?
Well, you know, for Paul Mitchell, I'm a spokesperson for Paul Mitchell for like 21 years, but their culture, our culture, and Paul Mitchell is giving back, you know, and it's just being nice and always giving, and it's John Paul's nature, it always has been, and that's how that culture developed, but I love it, and it's just so great to see all the professionals, the up-and-coming Paul Mitchell professionals, and all the youth coming up with that type of, and I think that makes you glow, and also exercise, of course, and what helps my hair is the dry shampoo. Y'all don't have the dry wash here.
Ooh, Julie Soul talked about that a little bit. That's amazing. It's incredible.
It's like you don't have to wash your hair, even though you want to use the shampoo. You don't have to for days if you're busy.
Which it doesn't look like it. Yeah. We don't admit that, but behind the scenes, that's how it works, right?
Another reason too that we're here is Eloise is in the movie industry, so she loves seeing films, being around people. Yeah, her movie was just released, Angel Sing. My God, with
congratulations,
Connie, and yeah, it's on. You can get it on TV.
It's on Netflix now.
That was wonderful.
First class movie all the way.
It's fun.
And she's ready to do another movie right now. That's your field. She likes the film industry.
You guys keep very busy. I admire it because you've done so much up to this point, and you don't really take a rest, and it's quite inspiring.
Oh, she's a great actress.
Well,
she's
the funny
really
thing
good.
is I have recovery centers in Austin and Georgetown, Texas, called the Arbor. So it's funny, we have the Patron, and then we have, you know, my recovery center. So
she doesn't drink, I do, so it's perfect. She's in a recovery center.
I did taste everything though, but before I stopped. So I know it's all really good.
So you know it's great. But for now,
it's all really good.
So if I ever get carried away, I've got a place to go. But thankfully, I don't have the disease. Thankfully, you know.
Thankfully, very true.
But I do enjoy my fine spirits at Patron.
I'm sure. Well, you guys
are really blessed. Yeah.
Sure. And obviously, and as usual, in meeting you guys, I always appreciate how open you are to everyone and how willing you are to share of how you've been blessed with other people.
Oh, really blessed.
I've read it was Austin Fit magazine, I believe, how you became a philanthropist. You say it at 6 years old. Explain that story and what you're doing now.
We didn't have much growing up. There was my brother, my mother, and I from 2 years old. We didn't have a dad from 2 years old. And my mom would take us to downtown LA at Christmas time because you'd see all the things in the windows, the trains, the puppets. That was a big deal for us kids. We thought it was the coolest thing. I was around 5, 6 years old, and one day, this is early 50s, my mom gave a dime to my brother and I. And she said, go put it in the bucket of the man ringing the bell. So we went over, put it in the bucket, the man ringing the bell, and we said, Mom, why do we give them a dime? In those days, it was 2 big Coca-Colas or 3 candy bars. She said, because sons, remember this, when you grow up and continue to grow up, there's always someone that needs something more than you do. That's the Salvation Army. What little we have, they have a lot less. They help out homeless people. Always give something. And that's like, well, Mom, that made sense. So we gave them the dime together. And from that day forward, left a message with me. No matter how bad off you are, there's always someone worse off than you, and always try and share whatever you can.
Very good.
That stuck with me.
That's incredible.
When I didn't have money, I would volunteer time. It just feels good.
And
makes you feel good. Makes you feel good.
If you're not able to give that money, that's just as
important. Do something for someone else. Ask nothing in return. And ask nothing in return. And the end result is you get the biggest high.
That's incredible. So Eloise and John Paul, I know that obviously you guys are huge proponents of the concept of social entrepreneurism.
Yes.
It's something that's picking up a lot with many companies, but obviously with how international and massive what it is that you guys do, we want to remind people that as a small business too, that is so important,
yeah.
right? Explain your thoughts on
very
social
much.
entrepreneurism and why you think other people, other businesses should pick up on that trend.
Yeah, one, they've got to know that America works and that entrepreneurship works. No matter what you hear in major news, not your news is great, but in major news, all the bad stuff, there's more good stuff going on. When you start off a business where your entire group collectively does something to make the world a better place to live socially, whether it's time you volunteered, picking up a piece of paper, donating some money collectively, it makes your whole group more cohesive together, and you march forward knowing you're changing the world, not just producing a product or a service for sale. It makes everybody feel better, and your customers say, hey, these guys are pretty cool. They're doing something for someone else other than just trying to produce a product or a service, and that is magical. We're seeing more and more of that, and I think you're going to see that double and triple in the years to come. The frequency of this planet is rising. People are getting better. They're giving more, and it's a good thing. We're going to see a better world.
That's incredible. All right, last question. I wish we had more time as usual.
You do. We're going to be here all day.
I know, we might as well, right? Right, we should open up the bar. All right, so Eloise, I'm curious, so I want to hear from you, and maybe we'll have John Paul add at the end, but you first. So when I met you guys the first time, and I've often heard and read it, when other people have met you guys the first time, you can tell you guys have such a great friendship. You love and respect each other in a very real way. What is the secret to that? Well, I mean, you're so busy.
You know, I think first of all,
time?
it was like kind of destiny. You know how there's some things are greater than yourself. I really feel like we were put together, and we've been together 22 years, and you know, I think we're both real similar. We let things roll off. You know, our shoulders real easy. We're very kind and giving, and that's what we do kind of all day around the house, and and I think it's just, we work like now a fine-tuned machine. He comes home, we just try to, John Paul supports me in every single thing I do, and as I have, you know, with him too, but and I can't help but respect John Paul, because I always feel like he's trying to listen and grow, and you know, and I think that's the key to our relationship. If you can just have that little bit of respect, it just holds it all together, and then just take care of your side of the street.
I love it.
Be a good person. Don't be naughty. In a relationship.
You heard it from Eloise DeJoria. There you go. John Paul, any last words?
Oh yeah, as she becomes more of a famous actress, I can now get good free seats at the theater.
That's how you do it. That's how you work that.
No, she's great.
I'm not too worried about that.
She's a wonderful, wonderful lady.
She's
just an incredible person all the way around.
All right. Well, John Paul and Eloise DeJoria, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to next year. Enjoy your Sundance, and thank you for being part of ours. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. We have more music coming up right after this quick break.